Hello all. In today's video, your capybara will obviously be running around with a little bit of an unusual, right, morally questionable global passive. This is a reroll account I made around the anniversary, right? Some of you remember I started Rob around Herda's patch, and I pulled for Robin back then. However, the second the Annie patch came out, I decided to make a hidden reroll account with Cass, and I used the golden token on Ruan Mei to see that, you know, if I ever want to come back to this account for whatever reason, I'll come back to it, right? As you can see, I have the Starlit Homecoming here, all that. It's on the Europe server, just like my My Day account, right? I have come back. For the few people who saw that very short stream, I streamed for about half an hour attempting a reroll account on Phanon, and I couldn't fucking do it. Going through the tutorial was giving me a migraine, so I came back to this reroll account. I had to fucking look through my notes for the info on this account again. I came back to this reroll account that already had most of the Zhangzhou Lofu done, and I just left it after I did that because I'd already gotten Castris plus Lyco, right? So, we have now made an official return. Unfortunately, I only have 7 days left to get Hyahya, so I'm going to have to go turbo boost on clearing the story, which is... Please send prayers for me in the comments going through this story, right? Zhangzhou Lofu isn't that bad, but all you need to know is that one of Amphorius's patches is just as long as this entire fucking planet. So going into Pentagonian Amphorius is not going to be a fun time, right? But I need to grind pretty hard to get Hyahya for this Cassie. Hopefully I win the 50-50. I'll update you guys on that. After I get Hyahya, you all know it. There's a rumored Tribby rerun on 3.4. So I'm going to be going for Tribby and especially that juicy E1 if I can afford it. And then I'm going to skip 3.5 because it's Dot, Heislands, and Saridra. I don't think either of these are going to fit into a Cassie team. 3.6 is March. I may or may not pull March depending on how much of a difference she makes for a Cassie, right? I know a lot of people, you know, there's the recent leak of March is going to have a best in slot team, and that Castris isn't whether you play her sub DPS or main DPS, you always pair March with Castris, right? So if this is true, then maybe I'll pull for her, but if she isn't big enough of an upgrade, I'd rather just get Cassie E2, right? After that, we all know it, right? Cyrene, this is 100% going to be the most must-pull support in the history of the game. We don't know shit about her kit, but we don't need to know shit. All you need to know is that she's likely an Emanator and the first Emanator support in the entirety of the game. That alone should send shivers down your power creep, you know, scaling, right? Your brain, the dopamine that goes off whenever you see big numbers, you're gonna see even bigger numbers you've never seen before with a Cyrene on your team, right? So that's the current pulling plan. It's just complete vertical investment into Castris, and then I'll get Cyrene simply because of the immense value she'll probably have on launch, and then I'll pair Cyrene with whichever future DPS I end up getting, right? It's really just that simple at the end of the day. To be honest, a lot of people have been asking me questions after I made my video on returner/new player advice. Who should I pull for? And it's actually very, very simple. You decide what DPS you want, and then you just go for the supports that are coming, right? For example, if you're a huge Archer fan, then you can pull Archer, and Sparkle is rumored for a rerun alongside Tribby. You might not be able to get Cypher and Silverwolf, but you can 100% run Tribby Sparkle just fine with an Archer and be demolishing endgame content, right? You have Saber, her best in slot teammate is Sunday, right? Sunday is rerunning. You can run Saber with Sunday. Would I recommend going for Robin for Saber? No. There is a leak that a future support in Amphorius will be able to generate ults for the team, and the most likely culprit of this is Cyrene, right? It's not guaranteed. It's a very unreliable leak, but if something like this were to exist, Cyrene would 100% be the character to give it. So in this case, Cyrene would power creep the fuck out of Robin for Saber comps, right? So I would say if Robin ends up rerunning like a little bit before Cyrene drops, I'd say be a little bit, skeptical, because HSR loves dropping reruns for characters that they know are going to be like power crept in like 2 or 3 patches. It is incredibly common with this game, right? So do keep that in mind, that pulling plans aren't that complicated. You choose an archer, you go Sparkle Tribby. You choose a saber, you go Sunday Cyrene. You choose a casteress, you go Hyacine Tribby March. Like, it's very easy. This game isn't as difficult as you guys think it is, unless you're really trying to go for those low cost 0 cycles, right? Which I wouldn't recommend anyone do until you already have a pretty established account. You'll be fine, right? Clearing endgame content, despite all the dooming that goes around this game and the deserved dooming for how bad the power creep is, it's still a gacha game at the end of the day. So clearing endgame content, especially if you pull literally any of the newest units, is just a complete fucking breeze, right? Love y'all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. That's my polling plan, and this is the account I'm going to be currently working on. I'm going to be grinding the shit out of it for Hyahya, vertically investing in Casterus, and then getting Cyrene. And yeah, for Phanon pullers, once again, very simple. You get Phanon, Saridra, and then Don Hung SP in 3.6. It's very easy, right? Understanding what teammates' characters want, especially these days in version 3, is quite easy, right? Love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out.